Episode 5 begins with JJ lost deep in thought. Eris's words keep replaying in her mind again and again. She just can't believe that what Eris said could actually be true. Keifer could never do something like that to her. He could never betray her. After all, Keifer had shared some of the most personal parts of his life with her, things no one else even knew about. Painful and deeply private memories that felt impossible to fake. Unable to keep everything bottled up inside anymore, JJ messages Keifer and tells him that Eris has found out about their relationship. The moment Keifer reads the message, he immediately calls her and asks if Eris is bothering her. He even says that if JJ wants, he can deal with Eris himself and end everything once and for all. But JJ quickly stops him. She clearly tells him not to do anything like that. According to her, Eris only knows because he's her brother. He's just trying to protect her life and future. Keifer completely disagrees with that. With full confidence, he tells her that whenever JJ wants, he can come to her house and properly ask for her hand in marriage because his love is real and always has been. Hearing this makes JJ genuinely happy. But the moment Keifer repeats the same line again, "I love you forever and infinity," JJ stops him midway. She doesn't want him to say the same words to her that he once said to Ella. She only wants to hear a simple "I love you" from him. Respecting her feelings, Keifer softly says, "I love you." JJ is just about to respond when suddenly CN wakes up. He completely misunderstands the situation and thinks JJ is saying "I love you" to him. Naturally, he starts teasing her non-stop. Once again, the two get into their funny little arguments and playful banter. During their conversation, CN casually tells JJJ that in a couple of days, he'll be moving into a new house. His mother and sister bought a new place for him. Hearing this, JJ feels truly happy for him. At least now, he'll finally be able to stay away from his brother and that toxic environment and live peacefully. Still, just to tease him, JJ dramatically pretends to be overly excited. Joking around, she says that now his room will finally stay clean. But deep down, she already knows she's going to miss CN a lot. After CN falls asleep, JJ stays awake, lost in her thoughts. She finally decides that by tomorrow, she'll tell Yuri the truth about her and Keifer. Staying with Keifer while keeping Yuri in the dark feels wrong to her. The next morning, while JJ and CN are leaving for school, Eris pulls JJ aside once again and reminds her about her future marriage with Yuri. He advises her to control her feelings and focus only on Yuri. But deep inside, JJ has already made up her mind. She believes marrying someone under family pressure is far worse than telling the truth. If she doesn't tell Yuri everything now, it'll only hurt him even more after marriage. She can't ruin his life by marrying him without love. However, just when JJ decides to tell Yuri everything at school, she receives a message from him. Yuri says that he won't be coming to school today because he has a fever. Yuri also tells JJ to take care of herself. After reading the message, JJ becomes even more anxious. She wonders how she's supposed to keep all of this inside until Yuri comes back. Seeing her stressed, Keifer asks what's wrong. Without hiding anything, JJ tells him that she wants to tell Yuri the truth about their relationship. Otherwise, her family will keep pressuring her into marrying him. Hearing this, Keifer also feels bad for Yuri. He can't understand why both times he ended up falling for the same girl Yuri loved. First Ella, and now JJ. Even so, Keifer makes one thing very clear. If JJ faces even the slightest problem, if Yuri says something wrong or tries to hurt her in any way, he'll stand by her side no matter what. He promises to always protect her. Hearing this gives JJ a little relief. After school ends, JJ goes to Yuri's house to meet him. The moment she sees him, she can tell he's already angry. Still, gathering all her courage, she finally tells him the truth. She apologizes and clearly says that she chose Keifer. She explains that she and Keifer are in a relationship, and it would be better if the wedding didn't happen. She says she doesn't want to deceive him. Yuri is definitely furious, but in a calm voice, he says he already knew everything. He tells her that neither she nor he is blind. He had noticed how close they had become. He even saw them kissing on New Year's Day. According to Yuri, none of this changes anything. Whether JJ stays with Keifer or not, the wedding will still happen. On the wedding day, JJ will say, "I do." She will become his wife, and this time, he refuses to lose his love to Keifer again. In Yuri's eyes, there's no difference between Ella and JJ. Every time someone hurts him and then goes running to Keifer, his words deeply scare JJ. She tries over and over to make him understand, but Yuri flat out refuses to call off the wedding. Later, JJ meets Keifer and tells him everything. Furious, Keifer says he'll go beat Yuri up and force him to cancel the marriage. But JJ doesn't want any kind of violence. She breaks down crying. To calm her down, Keifer kisses her, holds her close, and comforts her. He promises that he'll never let her belong to someone else. No matter what happens, he'll stop this wedding. Meanwhile, Keifer tells JJ about Percy. He says that a few days ago, he talked to Percy and asked about JJ's father. He even lets JJ listen to the recording of their conversation. In the recording, Keifer repeatedly asks to speak with JJ's father, but Percy refuses to let him talk to him. Instead, Percy threatens Keifer Keifer, saying that very soon he'll take JJ away from him. JJ can't understand how Percy plans to take her away, or why he refuses to let Keifer talk to her father. Questions start filling her mind. What exactly is the connection between Percy and her father? Keifer is confused too, but for now, both of them accept that all they can do is wait. Later, while the two are heading home, JJ suddenly spots Angelo in front of them. Panicking, she quickly tries to hide inside Keifer's car, but the moment they enter the house, Oris catches them together. Oris grabs JJ and tries to pull her away from Keifer, but Keifer refuses to let go of her hand. Right in front of Oris, Keifer says with complete certainty, "As long as this universe exists, I will keep loving JJ." Hearing this, Oris laughs and mocks Keifer before walking inside. The next day, CN is getting ready to move out of JJ's house. JJ is helping him carry his belongings when one of the bags accidentally slips from her hand and hits Eris. He gets slightly hurt, and JJ immediately helps him up and apologizes, but Eris ignores her and walks away. Just then, Angelo arrives and tells JJ to get ready so they can drop CN off at his new house. After leaving CN at his new place, Angelo takes JJ out to eat pizza. On the way, they run into Leo, someone JJ knows from her past. JJ absolutely doesn't like Leo, but Angelo and Leo greet each other warmly. Angelo assumes JJ and Leo don't know each other. Even though JJ wants to stop the conversation, she can't. Leo casually reveals that he met JJ at King's Ground, which happens to be his hangout spot. The moment the truth comes out, JJ panics. Fear immediately fills her mind as she wonders how Angelo will react. She thinks he might yell at her or even hit her. But before Angelo can ask her anything, a man named Alvy shows up and starts talking to Leo. After they leave, Angelo lightly scolds JJ. Right then, Angelo's mother calls and tells him that Eris has been admitted to the hospital. Hearing this, Angelo and JJ immediately rush to the hospital. The next day, JJ tells Keifer everything that happened. Holding her hand, Keifer gently reassures her that there's no need to worry. Eris will be fine. His words finally bring a faint smile back to JJ's face. But at that exact moment, CN and a few classmates notice them holding hands and immediately start teasing them. Embarrassed, JJ quickly pulls her hand away and looks toward Yuri's empty desk. She starts wondering when the old Yuri will come back. The Yuri who existed before all these complications. She's scared that Yuri might end up going back to Leo again. Just then, the teacher enters the classroom and starts teaching. During the lesson, Keifer keeps pulling JJ's desk closer to his own just to annoy and tease her. Frustrated, JJ asks the teacher for permission to step outside. But before she can even properly stand up, Keifer suddenly grabs her hand and pulls her onto his lap. When the teacher scolds him, Keifer casually says, "Starting today, Jay is Mrs. Watson, my future wife." Then he loudly adds, "I love you, JJ." Half the class starts laughing and teasing them, while the other half watches them with jealousy and irritation after seeing how close they are. JJ feels completely embarrassed, but Keifer still doesn't stop there. During lunch break, he publicly announces their relationship in front of everyone and calls JJ, "My wife, my life, Mrs. Jasper Jean Mariana Watson." Deep down, JJ thinks this wasn't the right time for him to say things like that. The non-stop teasing leaves her overwhelmed and embarrassed, so she quietly leaves and heads to the rooftop. On the rooftop, she runs into Kumau and another classmate. They bluntly tell her that being in a relationship with Keifer is a huge mistake. According to them, one day Keifer will definitely betray her, and when that happens, she'll lose Yuri too. They tell her that if she thinks wisely, someone like Yuri is right for her, not Keifer. Hearing their words only leaves JJ even more confused. A storm of questions starts raging inside JJ's mind. Could Keifer really betray her someday? Was this how Ella felt when she was trapped between Keifer and Yuri? And because of this love triangle, would their section once again split into two sides? That night, JJ can't sleep at all. She keeps worrying that Yuri and Keifer might end up fighting each other. Just then, Angelo walks into her room and tells her to get ready. Yuri's parents have invited them to dinner. JJ puts on a dress and heads to the restaurant with Angelo. Yuri and his parents are already there waiting for them. The moment they see JJ, they warmly welcome her. But as soon as the conversation shifts toward the wedding, the smile on JJ's face slowly fades away. The wedding was originally planned for next year, but now Yuri and his family want JJ to get married immediately after her 18th birthday. Yuri's mother even asks her to go wedding dress shopping with her someday. The plan is that after the wedding, they'll take JJ to Japan, and they might even settle there permanently. Hearing all of this makes JJ feel trapped, like she's stuck inside a cage. She only has a few months left before turning 18. She can't understand what exactly Yuri is thinking. How will she adjust to life in Japan after marriage? How is she supposed to handle all of this? Noticing how nervous she looks, Yuri takes her outside for a while. There, he tells her that at least in front of his parents, she should pretend to love him instead of Keifer. He asks her not to break his parents' hearts. Inside, JJ feels suffocated. According to her, she doesn't deserve Yuri's love love, and this marriage is completely wrong. But Yuri refuses to accept that. In his mind, one thing is already decided. Even if JJ gave her heart to Keifer, after the wedding, she will belong only to him. No one else, not even Keifer, will have any right over her. After saying that, Yuri walks back inside, leaving JJ standing there alone and shaken. Just then, a girl named Alexia approaches her. Alexia is Keegan's girlfriend, and at that moment, JJ suddenly remembers that Alexia is also Blaster's girlfriend. Not only that, Alexia already knows JJ too. JJ immediately becomes suspicious. Is Alexia cheating on both Keegan and Blaster? At the same time, Keegan arrives, and JJ finds out that he was actually the one who invited Yuri's parents there. Keifer is also present at the restaurant. It turns out that today is Alexia's birthday, and Keegan is celebrating it at the same restaurant. When JJ walks back inside, she sees Keifer sitting with a girl named Honey. Honey is openly flirting with him. She keeps talking about how close they are as friends. She even feeds him with her own hands and calls him cute. Watching all this sparks intense jealousy inside JJ. Yuri, Keifer, and even Yuri's mother notice the change in JJ's expression. A little later, Yuri's parents and Angelo step outside to meet someone. The moment they leave, silent tension immediately starts building between JJ and Honey over Keifer. At first, both girls speak normally, but the tension in the atmosphere becomes impossible to ignore. Yuri quickly realizes that JJ is jealous, so he advises her to pretend to be happy with him in order to make Keifer jealous too. He even serves JJ her favorite food, but JJ refuses to play along. Slowly, the conversation between the two girls becomes sharper, and they start throwing indirect insults at each other. Trying to calm JJ down, Keifer texts her, "I love you," but JJ ignores the message and keeps arguing with Honey. In anger, she even calls Honey an ugly animal. Humiliated, Honey says she's going to the restroom and asks Keifer to come with her. This time, JJ directly warns Keifer that if he goes with Honey, he'll have to face the consequences. Seeing how angry JJ is, Keifer decides to stay where he is. Honey goes to the restroom alone, and JJ follows her there. Inside, their argument gets even worse. Honey insults JJ by calling her characterless and even compares her to her mother. She says JJ can never belong to just one man. According to Honey, JJ wants both Yuri and Keifer at the same time. The moment JJ hears those words, her anger explodes. She punches Honey hard in the nose and walks out without looking back. Inside the restroom, Honey is left screaming in anger while JJ storms outside. Once outside, JJ keeps repeating to herself over and over again that she is not like her mother. Not at all. Her breathing becomes heavy and uneven. Just then, Keifer finds her and tries to calm her down. But this time, JJ lashes out at him too. She tells him that he can never understand her feelings. She clearly says that he's not her boyfriend and that she isn't jealous because of him. Instead of taking her words seriously, Keifer laughs it off. Teasing her, he says she's only reacting like this because she loves him too much and is being possessive. Hearing that only makes JJ even angrier, and she walks away without turning back. The next morning at school, JJ finds out that Keifer has already paid for her entire month's lunch fees. Shocked, she asks him why he did that, but instead of answering directly, Keifer asks why she ignored all his calls. JJ once again tries to end the conversation and walk away, but Keifer stops her. He tells her that Honey really was planning to file a case against her, but he somehow managed to handle the situation, so there won't be any complaint now. He reassures JJ that he'll always stand by her side. Right after saying that, he kisses her in front of everyone. Half the class immediately starts whistling and teasing them again, while the other half, especially Yuri's friends, look clearly upset. The atmosphere becomes tense and awkward. Just then, Yuri arrives. JJ gathers the courage to talk to him, but before she can say anything, Audrix comes over and tells her that she's been called to the guidance office. At the office, she's informed that the documents from her old school are incomplete until she submits her full records with the original signature of her previous school's principal. She won't be allowed to graduate from this school. Hearing this completely shocks JJ. She doesn't want to go back to her old school. More than anything, she's terrified of facing Cyrus again, but the principal clearly tells her that rules are the same for everyone. Before she can even recover from this shock, another problem is already waiting for her. The moment she returns to class, she realizes that the entire class has split into two groups. One side openly supports Keifer. The other side supports Yuri. People from both groups are arguing over her name as if she's the center of some battle. JJ feels trapped in the middle of it all, like she's not even a person anymore, but some kind of trophy that two teams are fighting over. And with that, episode 5 comes to an end. To find out what happens next, subscribe and see you in the next episode.